Hello, dear friends! I'm really happy that you're back here watching one of our Connect videos. Today, actually, this whole month, we are going to be talking about names for God. Like, what are the names you remember that we can find at the Bible that God is called by different names? Like, I don't know if you remember last story about the burning bush, the name for God was I am. So today, I actually have here a bunch of names for God. So today, we are gonna hear a story and also see another name for God. Now, before I tell you the story though, I was wondering, when something happens to you and you feel afraid or you wanna tell a story or share something, who do you go to? A parent, a grandparent, a teacher, a coach? Who is it? And in talking about names for God, this whole month we are going to be talking about that. Identity. For us to know, identity is to know that we, you and I and everybody is a child of God. But before, let me read you the story. And the story today, I'm going to read it to you from the Celebrate Wonder Story Bible. And the story is called Abba. And it's found in the book of Mark 14, verses 32 to 42. Here is the story. Jesus and the disciples walked to a garden called Gethsemane. Jesus said, "Sit here while I pray." Jesus took Peter, James, and John, and they all walked farther into the garden. Jesus said to his three friends, "I am very sad. It is as if I'm dying. Please stay here while I pray." Jesus walked to a spot where he could be alone. He prayed, "Abba, Father, please take away my pain if you can. If you can't, I will do what you want." Jesus walked back to his friends. They were asleep. Jesus said to Peter, "Couldn't you stay awake while I prayed? Stay awake while I pray some more." Jesus went to pray again, saying, "Abba, please take away my pain. Let it be what you want." Jesus walked back to his friends to find them asleep. So he went back to praying. Jesus went to pray again, saying, "Abba, please take away my pain, if you can." Then he came back to his disciples and said, "Will you sleep all night? It's time for my arrest. Get up. My betrayer is here." So Jesus sometimes called God Abba, which means Dad, Father. Here in this little thing, I have some other names, like the one story I told you about I am, and another story where God is called Shepherd, the Good Shepherd, the one who keeps us, who keeps his sheep and never leaves us alone. In the story today, Jesus called for God and calls him Abba, Father. But there are other times too where we see in the Bible where God is called Mother. So no matter how you call God, God is always there for us. So I wonder in your life, like I said before, who is the person you can go to when something goes wrong, or when you are really worried about something, or afraid, or even want to share some news? Is there somebody in your life? I hope there is. And it can be anybody. It can be a parent, or it can be a grandparent, or an aunt, or an uncle, or a good friend. Like one of my good best friends, I call her my sister. She isn't really my blood sister, but we consider each other sisters. She's my best friend. And every time something happens, I go and tell her. She lives far away from me, but we can always talk on the phone, right? And we can see each other. And I know she will understand me if it is something good and happy, as if it is something sad or something I'm worried about. So, who is it that you call or talk to? So in the story we just heard, we can say that Jesus really prayed and went to God when he really needed it. And that's just a story to remind us all that no matter what is going on or can go on, we can always, always, always count on God, because God is always listening. If you call God Abba, Father, or if you call God I Am, or if you call God Shepherd or Mother, whatever you may call God, God is there for you, because just as I said, our identity is to know that we are God's children. And as God's children, we know that God is always there going to watch for us. Sometimes we even think, but nothing better is going on, or I'm still sad. Even in your sadness, and even if you're still sad, which is okay, you can make sure that God is there. He's right there next to you, or she is, or it is. However you call, God is listening. So this week, I suggest to you, I did this before, I suppose, that you grab a piece of paper, just any paper you might find, get any pencil or any sharpener or any pen that you can find. You're gonna use your hand, you're gonna put your hand over the paper, trace your hand. Let me see if I can, I'm gonna use my left hand to be traced. You trace your hand, and maybe you can find each finger that you trace and write, I wrote on my hand, and write a person's name or something you want to pray for. So this week, I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for a good summer. I'm going to pray and thank God for being there for me. I am going to pray to ask for God's protection. And I am going to pray to ask for good, amazing weather and fun. So whatever you may be asking God for this week, maybe you can draw, or maybe you can make a picture. Maybe you can ask for something, or you can be thankful for something. Whatever it is, you can always make sure that God is there for us. Always. Now, how about we close our time together with a little prayer? Would you pray with me? Okay. Loving God, you are our loving parent, friend. You are everything we always want, and somebody who is always there for us. Thank you for loving us and caring for us and for being there whenever we need you. Amen. I hope you have an amazing week, that you have everything imaginable, everything you pray for, and everything you wish for. And I really hope that you can feel God in your life this week. And maybe you can let me know, because I always wonder, where and how do you feel God this week? Have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.